And with that haunting melody, welcome to Space Haven. Hi kids, Inverted Cow here. We played this through when it was Alpha 6. It's now gone to Steam Early Access, and I said I would play this again, and well, I'm back. So we're going to start in a new game, normal game mode. I'm going to start at the abandoned mine station, which is the, if I understand correctly, this is the one where you just start with the station and you don't have a ship built at all. And we're just going to call this one, of course, Cow Tube. And next, so there's a lot of changes that have happened to this. The harsh difficulty level. Start resources and are found through will be lower. You'll have some real adversity on your travels and have to make tougher decisions. So you can adjust your settings. So you could probably even customize it. I don't want the tutorial objectives, thank you very much. And I can actually select a seed now. That's interesting. Cool. The start sector gives you basically everything you need. Okay, let's hit next. Yes, I am on harsh difficulty. I've found it fairly easy. So now your characters, you can now customize as well. Before was a computer programmer, it tells you what their skills are, but you can change their pants, their shirts, so you can actually get teams of crew members and set everybody up on like a uniform if you wanted to. I don't think it doesn't really make all that difference. I mean, it's something you can get into if you're really wanting to play with it. And of course, you can change your names. I'm not big enough YouTuber to actually have a Patreon, so I don't really care about names. So we're going to hit start. All right, and we're at the space station and it is coming online. My starting crew of 5 players is doing their thing. So we'll slow this down just slightly. Just take a quick moment here. I do want to check the skill set of my people. I should have probably looked at this beforehand. I'm interested in accuracy and surrender rate. So Brandy. The weapons are here. Okay, so Brandy is 1, definitely. 62 and 10, 65 and 5, 65 and 15. Brandy and Reed are both going to be number 1s. I'm going to go with Christine because they higher surrender. I have 4 weapons, so it's going to be their skills are both the same on this. I'm going to take Aileen. So we'll take all of these 4. So you, and you. And we're going to immediately draft them and tell them to come and pick up items. Now, Brandy had already picked up something, but that's okay. In the storage, there should be there are items, but I can't pick them up. Okay, I see. We'll come and we will again select our drafted crew, and we'll try this one. Pick up over here. Pick up over here, please. There we go. You can put one of those in your hand. Okay, and that would be you. And we're just going to have to click through these guys one at a time. Read, pick up a weapon, and then I'm going to take all, drag a box, and enter craft. Okay, and then we take the craft, and we're going to dock. With this. Now we'll start speeding that up. While we're doing that, let's set our production production water. If less than 2, produce water. I don't want it doing continuously with water because ice stacks better. And otherwise it'll just sit there and constantly produce water. This one, we're just going to turn all of these on continuous, because this is all scrappers. Steel plates, if 5, less than 5, produce steel plates, otherwise don't bother. This components, if less than 5, produce this. Oxygen generator. Looks like they changed some of the artwork as well. This is kind of nice. Refine. If less than 3. If less than 5. And if less than 5. Gardens. We're going to plant artificial meats in 2, root veggies in 2, fruits in 2, fibers in 1, and artificial meat in the other. What else do we got going on here? Okay, toilet. Kitchen settings. Okay. You still can't adjust the kitchen to be used and stored, but that's all right. Capacitors and microweaver and water. Just double checking to make sure I got everything set. Marley here will go back to doing whatever. As our shuttle works its way over to this derelict ship. And now they're all highlighted. Unload. Grab these guys and we'll just start walking in, explore the ship. Oop, there's stuff to shoot. Cool. Okay, we're back. I don't know what happened there. My recording software cut out part way there, and I didn't realize it till I had finished the combat on the ship and was starting to build or starting to lay out the build here. But what we have done here is we've ordered the salvage of the derelict. Basically just told it to harvest everything, all the goods, all the food, everything on it. Ordered the collection of all the resources on the mines, and I started sketching out just using the sketch menu in the build. I started sketching out the beginning of the layouts of my base, basically my base craft. This is a craft that's going to be what we use for everything. This is our primary vehicle. Similar to what I've done before, I just started in this corner and I worked my way to this corner. But what I'm going to do here is it's going to be shuttle pods. Mining pods and shuttle pods are here. Storage room here. 2 airlocks here. And this will be for the hyperdrives. I'm just going to basically build or activate the sketch to continue to build hyperdrives as we need more and more of them. Just add on to this room, add another hyperdrive on, add on to this room, add another hyperdrive on, that sort of thing. The storage is going to be, I don't know if I'm going to make it too much longer this way. I just basically just dragged a line, went, that looks good. And then I'll do is I'll put a passage with an airlock into the manufacturing room. And then I'll put a crew, basically a crew facility here. This kind of a thing, I'm just going to grab a line, and for now I'm just going to say it like this, and that's going to come straight up kind of in the middle, like so. The reason I do this is it makes it, it's not so much that I don't like building walls. It makes it so that it's very easy to seal off certain areas as well, because these walls can't be destroyed by gunfire as easily. But if there's an event where something happens on the ship where these walls are damaged, I can still airlock these rooms fairly easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this, and we're going to hit activate sketch, and we're just going to start activating, actually, yeah, we'll activate this and this and this area here, as well as enough of this for one hyperdrive. Once we get the basic facilities built, then we'll be okay. So that ordered this much of the ship. I don't know how much we're going to have with the hull that we have, but then I can start adding on. You always add on as you go. It's easier. So we'll get started with this stuff, and we'll let them get tore into what their workload is. Now, I've given them enough work to keep them running for quite some time. I haven't checked everybody's conditions or statuses or work schedules or any of that stuff here. So let's take a look at this. So we've got Aileen is our industry person. So this Aileen and Reed are my industry people. They will be working primarily focused on working in manufacturing buildings. Brandy is my mining person. It looks like Brandy and Marley are also my... No, these are both constructor persons. Okay, so that's fine. I don't mind having Brandy do mining. And the highest botanist I have is Marley. So we're going to tick him up one on that. Yeah, it's the lowest setting on maintenance. Or not maintenance, mining. Reed can do mining as well, so that's fine. Actually, yeah, we'll just disable mining on Marley altogether. Everybody can do logistics. Christine, honestly, Christine's biggest skill is medical. So I'm going to bump her one up on logistics. She can be my run around and do everything person or carry everything person. That's going to be her primary task because she's totally unskilled on everything else. Although she is a navigator and an ops person, so definitely going to want her in those two, one of those two positions. Okay. Now that we have started our ship, first thing we're going to have to do is get rid of this name. This is the Inverted Cow spacecraft. Oops. The Inverted Cow spacecraft. The Undaunted. Ooh, better yet. The Return. As we have returned to Space Haven. Now, I really enjoyed playing this game the first time through. I'm not sure exactly where my stuff cut out on me, so I don't know how much I said earlier, but yeah, I really enjoyed the first playthrough. I had a lot of fun. I did leave a review on it. Honestly, until I've had a chance to see stuff. Most of the stuff that I saw from the patch notes and whatnot looks like it's basically more settings, cosmetic things. There are a few changes that didn't have before, like the ability to actually take over salvaged derelicts, so you can actually capture them completely. I don't know if that means you can actually capture pirate craft or not yet, and I don't know if that means that the factions can actually be brought to a point where they are now brought up to allied. There's that. Now the other thing is the navigation map has changed. You can't see what's on all of the sectors or all the planets in one star system. You actually have to go and visit them. So there's no more getting around the pirates or getting around or going straight for the good stuff. You have to actually explore. This was something that was lacking in the previous version when I played version 6, because you knew everything. I scroll into this screen here and it was like I knew every planet and all the resources on it, or every stop and all the resources on it. I knew what ships were in the sector, what craft, where there was derelicts, where there was, and it made collection of resources very easy, because I could literally say, oh, there was ice here, for example. I'd be like, okay, I need to go here, here, and here to get ice, except there's a pirate here and a trader there, and I want to go to this trader and I want to stop at him and I want to go to this, you know. So that's all change. That's all improvements. And it yeah, okay, so it's still basically, it's very basic descriptions, asteroid field with some resources. It doesn't say anything else to it, so that's nice. So we're just going to crank this up to speed here, let these guys get back to work, and we'll see what kind of fun we can get into, and we'll pick it up as soon as we get a little bit more of the ship built. And I want to see if I can get to the point where the ship is actually mostly constructed. So I'll pick it up once we are ready to start placing components. So don't go away, kids. We'll be right back. Okay, we are pretty much almost done the sketch that we had highlighted. There's just a couple more pieces to place in here. And they're still salvaging this craft. There's still a lot of stuff left over on it. And I caught the typo in my name and I adjusted it correctly, so it is now ICS, the return of the cow. Inverted cow spacecraft, the return of the cow. Okay. Just in case that triggered some of you people, because I know some folks get a little bit excited when they see typos and things. Okay, so we're just going to pause game for a second here. Now, the next thing we have to do is objects, airlocks. And we have to put in the standard basic airlock. Now, if I'm right on my positioning here, I can shove this right tight to the wall like that. And sorry, right there. Like that, and I should be able to squeeze another one in beside it here like this. Now, I'm not going to do that right now, but I will shortly after we have got a little bit more stuff built. So that's what that space is there for. Now, I don't know if I can place these on here yet. No, I can't. I can't pre-order stuff yet. So I have to wait until it is built the original airlock to build other components. So I'm just going to let this go here, and we're going to speed it back up. And they should send somebody over here to build this airlock. So he's dumped materials off on a blank square in the build area. If you bring up edit here, that's in the build area, because they can't build outside the build area. So that's something to keep in mind. So now, while he's doing that, that section of sketching is not accessible. Now these guys will take this stuff and they will make a hole through the hull at this location. They can travel back and forth through that hole as it's being built. And then once they finally build it, which I think they already have, then I can start building other things. For example, I want to put the pod hangers in. Now there are 4 pods on... No, okay, this isn't built yet. Close the build menu. Yeah, okay. It's not built yet. It's just a outline. So as soon as it's done building it, I'm going to order the pods. Now there's 4 pods on this space station, so I'm going to build 4 pod bays. There's 1 shuttle on this station. I'm going to take and build 1 shuttle bay, although after we have started getting a little bit more resources together and a little bit more of our ship constructed, then I'm going to put in extra I'm going to carry this forward, and I'm going to put in extra shuttle bays. I actually want 3. Eventually I want at least 3 shuttle bays. So we're just going to let these guys build, and as soon as they're done building this, we'll pick it up and carry on with the next thing. Okay, we've just had a Cult of New Haven ship transport into the sector. So this gives you another opportunity to set up some trade. The other thing is, for some reason, these guys are outright refusing to build this to build this airlock. It's literally the material is there, everything that needs is there. I put it on high priority. I can't assign a job because I have no crew on this ship, so it's looking for me to assign it to a crew member. If I select a builder crew who's over here ripping stuff apart, for example, I can't highlight them or select them, so I still cannot assign somebody to do this job. So that's irritating. Never had a problem with that before, so hopefully it'll start doing its thing. So what we're going to do is we're just going to jump into the trade menu with these guys, and we're going to see what kind of good stuff that they have. What I'm interested in, of course, is ice, water, energy rods, and usually fruit or food, and occasionally material. I'll also usually buy this energy scrap because this can be recycled down into usable components. So we select the ship we're going to trade from, and then we can trade some of the junk that we've picked up. Like, for example, the human meat. Now this isn't selling as nearly as high as it used to be. This used to be thousands. Oh, cool. So they finally they adjusted the degraded value of certain things. But it's usually what I sell first is human meat, because the people don't want to eat it. I'll also sell alien meat, and I will buy water. Now, it is a trick here. If you buy something like water and you take it under 10, it used to do is it would remove the rest of the partial stack. So if you kept it at 10, you could do 2 trades of water. So let's see if I got anything else useful that I can sell this joker. Now, carbon, I believe, is something I don't normally use a lot of, and you produce it constantly. So it's one of those trade resources that I find is fairly okay to get rid of. So we're just going to make sure that we are not at a deficit here. I don't mind him having some coins that he owes us. That's usually how I trade, so we'll do that, and then we'll fire off a new trade. Again, we'll just throw some carbon down and the rest of this water. One more carbon should do it. New trade. I've got the scrap machine going right now, so I'm just going to take his energy scrap. But this one, I'm just going to take 2 batches of 10. 10 is your maximum that you can do. Again, give him a deal on some carbon. And we'll do it one more time. Energy scrap, take all of it. And we'll give him another deal on a little bit more carbon. But this time I'm going to trade as much as I can to get him down to a 0 balance on his thing. So 4 pieces of carbon, that's all I have. That brings him down to 152. Is there any other junk that I can sell? Another good trade resource is your fiber and your soft block material. So once you get your microweaver going, that's a good trade resource, because it's basically you can grow fiber and you can constantly grow and grow and grow and constantly trade fibers and microfibers for resource. So one more should do it. Yes. So there's a good deal. I've cleaned out all of his coins, or almost all of his coins, and I've picked up a good deal of energy scrap and water. And since that's the maximum number of trades I can queue up, I've got those queued. So let them start running, and we'll see if we can figure out why these guys won't build this darn airlock. See where our shuttle is. Shuttle's busy down here. They're still tearing apart this derelict. Now this is the only other thing that has a major job list to it. My recording software just decided to quit out again. There's something glitchy with my system. This derelict is the only thing that has a trade or has resources happening to it. So we'll see. It's saying there's nothing left and there's no transfers left. So there should be no more work projects happening on this derelict. So they should stop working on that. And it looks like one of my trades is going down right now. Which is good. As soon as they have returned, we can queue up another trade. And we can see if there's anything else that I'm interested in. Now he's still showing 13 more energy scrap. That's something that glitched on me before. Doing these trades, sometimes I would order stuff and it would count stuff that it had already queued for trade. Maybe I'll do is I'll just let these go through. This one's got 10 energy scrap. This one's got 10 energy scrap. I've got so much junk in the airlock right now, these guys can't unload it. Okay, and that should be my last trade coming out. Okay, that should have been their shuttle, so we're going to pause it again. Now let's try this one more time. Let's do a trade, see what kind of stuff he's got left. See, yeah, now those are gone. Now, because I took all of his money, I could buy other resources from him if I wanted to. For example, if I wanted these, I could just purchase them straight up for coins. Which I might still do. I have 32 fuel rods. I'm going to get some fuel rods from the energy scrap. And I'll get some tech blocks from the energy scrap as well. Usually these infra blocks, you end up with so many of the darn things. You literally, you can't get rid of them. But when you're building, you need them. So that's something to keep in mind, is using this stuff for trade as well is a very good thing. I might just hang off on this until he has done, and see if he comes back, or see if I can track him down again in space. I want to let these guys try to finish this airlock. I don't know why they started and then they stopped, and all they has to do is go over there and weld it. Yeah, the shuttle's just doing the dance of love right now. Okay, Brandy, where are you going? Tell me you're going over to do this airlock job. Finally. Okay, there we go. We have finally got the airlock built. So what we can do now is we can go bring up this, and we can start queuing up the rest of our builds. So again, like I said, I want to put these shuttle pods in the little, whoops, the little pod hangers. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's Q. I hit, which brings up my. This shows you your power grid. This is one of the overlays, the overlay maps. This is also kind of helpful for positioning stuff. Rotate. That's the button I wanted. Rotate. Okay, I want these back against the wall, and like that. And again, same thing. And there. I want 4 of them. Because you get 4 pods, I want 4 of them. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not too interested in it. Now, the shuttle hangar, I gave myself a lot of extra space in here. I counted space between these when I was ordering them. That's why it's off. But that's okay. I'm going to leave 1 space between those, like that, and shuttle pod. And the reason for that, of course, is I need a, where do you guys have furniture? Wall lights. Go. Going to want some lights in this room. I'm going to need some life support. I want a wall thermal regulator. One will do a fairly large area depending on how much traffic you have in the area. So if I put 2 in here, this should cover this room for thermal regulation. And I want power. Power, please. Power. There we go. You can use either floor nodes, wall nodes, or just straight power nodes. Now, a straight power node does a large area, as you can see, but it blocks up space on the floor, where the floor node does a smaller area, a much smaller area, but it can be placed in between builds or on the sides of builds. Each of these has a a pad right there overlapping. So if I wanted this powered, I could probably do it with a floor node. And the wall node is kind of a medium thing. But the good thing about the wall node is it's a little bit more forgiving as to where you place it. there's a light there, but I can put it beside the light. And that wall node covers those two pads. But then if I come over here and place it beside the thermal regulator, that puts another wall node here and another one here. These should triangulate with each other fairly well. Now, otherwise I could do cancel that and cancel that, and then go objects. Again, I want bring that overlay up. It's easier to see. Okay, we're just gonna position those slightly differently. Wall node there. I want it connecting so it's a three-way connection. And then we'll put the life support wall thermal regulator can go in right here. Beside it. Okay. Now we'll go back to power and grab another wall node. I mean, I could stretch it down to the point where it's far down, I suppose. Like that. And put one on the other side of the room, like that. That should cover this room with nodes. All the walls all the way down so I can see what I'm doing. That would be kind of nice, thank you. Now, under walls, we need some doors. There's basically only two doors. There really isn't a lot of real difference with them overall. So these hallways that I have placed, that's the reason I put them there, is so I can put a doorway in the hall. Okay, and then we will edit up some more of the life support and such here. I'll pick it up after I've gotten everything else ordered, or at least most of this stuff ordered here, because otherwise you're just going to watch me place the same things over and over again. Okay, we have ordered up everything that we basically need. I haven't laid out the last of the power. I haven't done the power in this room yet, but basically I wanted to go over everything that we have ordered right now. We had started with the airlock, the shuttle pods for the stuff on the thing, two large storage units. This is a recycler. A water purifier, a single gas scrubber, a single oxygen generator, the item fabricator, and the microweaver. Now the reason for the there's also a tool facility. Tool facility and the item fabricator are needed so that your guys can actually do their jobs. They consume tools as time goes on. You'll have this no tool facility shown warning until this is fixed. Basically pathing straight up the middle here, straight through the middle here. Now, as I said, I do want to edit sketch. I do want to have it so that I have oh, excuse me. I have this area, or have an area like this for crew habitation, and for manufacturing facilities are going to go over here somewhere. Now I've started the manufacturing layout. What I'll do is I'll add more to this hull and bring this out. And I might do is change this sketch here. Make sure it's lined up here. Change the sketch here and bring this up a little bit more because I want room for a couple more storage units. Now you can't really see where things are until you've actually started to do layouts. So I can see that this storage unit is 3 squares wide, So I'm going to need at least 3 more squares to put a second storage unit in beside this. So I want to come up. So those 2 and at least 1 more for the wall. So I could bring it up to there, and then I could erase sketch here. And now I can see that I have set my pathing so that it comes up along this line. So I carry this line through, and I can erase sketch. Comes up through here, so I can erase sketch there. That separates those 2 rooms off. Excuse me. Now what I can do is I'll hit activate sketch, and I'm going to activate that entrance, this section, and a chunk of this hull. I'm going to leave some of it offline for now. And I'm also thinking I'm going to add a little bit more to the side of this before I put in the fabrication facility, because there's a few more pieces of machinery that I want to be able to place down under where are you here? Under the thing. A lot of these things will say enclosed with walls, enclosed with high heat, high hazardous gas. So keep these in spacesuit confined areas, that sort of thing. These are things you want to keep your eye on. I like the fact that they've actually introduced a thing that indicates what they are with an actual what do you call this, visual meter, so you can see what kind of output it has. Enclosed with walls for a safe space. This one just puts out a little bit of heat. The refinery, or the recycler, it puts out a little bit of gas. Oh, the recycler puts out gas now? Oh, poop. Poop, 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 poop. Oh, it's a good thing I started checking this. Okay. This one, we're going to remove that. Okay, we're going to have to do a little bit more adding to our craft here. Let's hope we have enough hull blocks to do it. Edit. Sketch. So I need... I'm wondering if I should just leave it like that and then shoehorn my power in here. Start putting power in here, maybe. That's the next thing I got to do. So what we'll have to do then is we'll have to build off this storage room here for a spacesuit door. Needs to be like that, I believe. And actually click that on activate. This should actually just be straight up build hull. I'm just going to build a small room for now. This will eventually become a larger facility. I think I need that for the room. Okay, so that is all ordered. As I said, I still got to put in some power. I got to put the nodes, the power nodes, and all of that kind of jazz in here still. It's not going to be too big of a deal because you can see where a lot of these are already, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to let it build for a while, and we'll figure it out. But that is it. We're outlined for what we want to do. So next episode we will get this ship to the point where it is able to fly, and perhaps even leave this system. So thanks all for watching, kids. Welcome back to Space Haven, and I'll see you in the next episode. Good night for now.